This right here is the best mob XP farm in Minecraft, giving you over 10,000 drops per hour while speed leveling at the same time. Now, it might look like the standard farm we all know, but it is a brand new design that solves all issues with spiders without any spawn proofing, so you get the maximum spawn rates, no compromises. And the best thing? It's cheap and easy to build too. First things first, you can place this farm wherever you like. For the build though, we start out by first of all going 128 blocks up in the air. You can use temporary blocks for this, but if you have, then I would recommend scaffolding because it makes it easier to go up and down. Once you are at the top, what you want to do is build a platform like this. The whole thing should be around about 7 by 12 blocks. On one side of this platform, you then place down a double chest for our loot, followed by 9 hoppers that are all pointing into the chest. Make sure though that you place this construction in a way that there are 2 blocks free to all sides. The hoppers then, we want to cover with slabs. Once you're done with this, place a ring of blocks around the bottom of the hoppers like I show right here. This is so that we later don't accidentally get too close to the enemies. Okay, this next step is very important. On top of the ring of blocks that we just made, we want to make a ring of temporary blocks, over which we're going to place a ring of magma blocks. You can then go and delete the temporary blocks again. Around this ring of magma blocks, we now want to build a second layer of magma blocks, just like I show right here. And then once that's done, use a quick temporary block to place a fence on top so that you can follow up with a ring of fences around the outside of these magma blocks. This is how it should look, and the important part is that the fences are actually floating in the air and not standing on the magma blocks. Just by the way though, in case you don't have magma blocks, you can alternatively also make this platform with normal blocks and then just place campfires on top. Lastly, also place 1 or 2 torches on the base platform just to make sure that no mobs will spawn behind you. And also, a quick like for the video would be really helpful with the YouTube algorithm to get this tutorial out to more people. So thank you so much for your support. Okay, let's next start with the mob collection system. First of all, from the magma platform that we just made, you want to go up by exactly 21 blocks. Not 22, not 20. It's very, very important that it is exactly 21. At this height then, make another ring with a 3x3 block interior. From this ring, you now want to build out 3 more blocks in all directions and make it into a platform like this. Now go up by 1 block and extend outwards by 5 blocks into all 4 directions too. Just make sure that the 3x3 drop hole in this platform is exactly on top of the 3x3 hole in the magma platform at the bottom. Over this 3x3 hole, we're now going to place 9 fence gates and open them up. Next, around the outside of this big platform, we want to build walls that are 2 blocks high. On top of these walls, place down bottom slabs just so that no mobs can spawn here. Lastly, we need a lot of water. Place down water buckets alongside the walls of this platform, not on the floor of the platform, on the side of the wall like I show right here. And yes, this will need quite a lot of water, so maybe beforehand build a temporary infinite water source on the side so that you always have enough. This collection system will later wash all the mobs into our drop hole. Okay, now comes the most important part of the entire farm. Over the middle of our drop hole, you now want to go up by 4 more blocks. Start out by placing a dispenser facing with the hole upwards. You can then delete the temporary blocks below it. From this dispenser then, you now want to extend out with 7 building blocks in all 4 directions. However, we're not going to make a square platform out of it, but instead turn it into a diamond-shaped platform like this. Up next, you want to build an observer over the dispenser like this. Make sure that the face of the observer is facing upwards and the redstone end facing down towards the dispenser. You're probably going to need some temporary blocks, but if you did it right, then it should look like this. Now, to make this farm work really efficiently, you now want to ideally stack 10 to 15 of those platforms on top of each other. I know, it sounds like a lot, but actually these platforms are pretty small and don't need all that many blocks to build. Just make sure that really on every platform, place a water bucket in the dispenser. Once you've built all the spawning platforms that you want, you're going to finish up the whole build by placing a node block on top of the last observer. Around this node block, you now want to make a redstone repeater clock. The way I would recommend it is make it 14 blocks wide and then just place the redstone repeaters on top. Set all the repeaters to the maximum delay, and over the node block and on the side, of course, we place normal redstone. To start the clock, we're going to build a block on the other side with a redstone torch on it, and if you did everything right, then the whole mechanism should now work like this. However, we're not quite finished just yet. We now want to build a big roof made out of bottom slabs. Very important here, it needs to be bottom slabs, not top slabs. The easiest way to get it right is to first cover the entire area over the spawning platforms, and then extend the roof outwards by 10 more blocks in all directions. Now, the redstone clock will give a signal to all water dispensers on each platform, which will wash off all the mobs that spawn there. But here's the big trick that I've never seen anyone do before. Due to the fact that spiders have a little bit less health than creepers, skeletons, zombies, and normal mobs, that means that the spiders will instantly die from the fall. All the other mobs though, they just survive so that we can still farm them with our swords to get more loot with looting enchantment and all the experience too. In case anyone ever falls a little bit more to the side, that's what the magma blocks are for. However, before we end the video, I have one last modification that will give you even more loot. See, the way it is right now, all the loot that lands on top of the magma blocks will just be stuck there. So replace the edge corners of the magma blocks with dispensers like this. Into those dispensers, you're then going to place water buckets too. Over the hole in the magma platform, we're then going to place 9 fence gates and open them up. Finally, we will place a couple of blocks on the outside pointing into the dispensers, and then put redstone wires on top of them like this. This way, we can connect them to a button in the middle, so that now and then you can press the button to wash all this loot into your chest too. You don't have to do this last step though, it's just an option that I wanted to show you. And now, check out my super easy day 1 iron farm here next. See you next time, and until then, craft well.